all the years that I've been involved in ACN, there's not many moments I can look back on and be as incredibly proud with no experience, at times no direct mentorship, but for making something happen and going out and hitting the team coordinator position. So we are just so unbelievably excited for him, what this means for him and his family. I do want to acknowledge this as well. Right? We always do a quote specific to the person that hit, and the quote that we have is from Gandhi. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. We believe that fits him perfectly. He's going to walk the stage in front of 15,000 people. And today is the first time we get to introduce him as a team coordinator at the local level. So we need you to go crazy. Can we go crazy?
Yes.
If you can stand on your feet, help us welcome up new team coordinator, Mr. Al Mitchell.
Come on, Al.
Yeah.
Here, Mr. Richard.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You know, I've carried a lot of people to the stage. Every time there was a chance to celebrate someone else hitting TC, I've carried people's trophies because we're a team, and I just knew I'd be here if I did the work. I knew if I, took care of my team, loved my team, we do the work together, and it wasn't until the minute that I knew I got the message I was a team coordinator that I really knew what it felt like. And I was like 20 points out, 10 points out, and Mr. Snyder was making jokes because I couldn't sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm feeling fresh. I woke up. My beautiful girl from Melanie is like, did you know? Not yet. Everyone knows I'm an Army veteran, but
Yes.
I was never supposed to do business. I was supposed to be a soldier all my life. I come from a military family, and at 18 years old, I joined the military, joined the Army right away. I was from New York, so on 9/11, I went down to Ground Zero that day, and people asked me why I was scared. I was happy to be able to do my job. This is what I want to do all my life. And then a few years later, I volunteered to go to Iraq. And again, I was happy to do my job for my country. I almost died in Iraq, and my whole life changed. I got hurt so badly that they told me I might be paralyzed. And at 22 years old, I just assumed my life was over. And I rehabbed, and I found a way to continue, serving my country and working for the government. And it brought me joy because I never wanted to leave the military. And I fought to try to get back in, and yet just my injuries were just too bad. And I lost something that I thought I could never get back. See, my younger brother's now in the military. It's a family that, I never thought I could replace any other way. And then I met Mr. Snyder. I already had a business going on in real estate. Didn't think I needed extra money, but I figured let me do this. you know, who's turning down more money. But I remember the day that Mr. Snyder got engaged, and you know, I asked him, you know, where's his family? And he said, my family's here. And there's many of us that's behind me that was there that day. And so, even when I didn't make as much money as I wanted to, even when my team I got on my team's nerves. You know, you don't quit on your family. And it stopped being about the money. And then one day I realized that I can help other people with this opportunity. I realized that I can help fathers come home to their wives and their children. I can help mothers not have to do 2 jobs. Because I watched my mother do that about all her life. And even in any other way that I would become successful, there's no way I can help somebody else. I still remember the first week after I saw the business. So I'm the urchin. I'm the slightly brown apple. And I came in, saw the Bentley, wasn't impressed. Interrupted Mr. Snyder while he's doing his presentation. Still said no. But they enrolled me in more than just what the numbers said. And they showed me leadership at a level that I've seen nowhere else but in the military. I never thought that was possible. So before I followed ACN, I followed Mr. Snyder. Before I followed ACN, I followed Mr. James Adlam. And Mr. Adlam, you know, he's nice about it, but our first phone call, you know, we talked about rates. And I'm one of the few people who call the Bureau of Public Utilities that manages. So I had questions.
Wow.
And the longer I was in ACN, life hits you. I mean, ACN was never hard. You know, I've almost died. I've, you know, been depressed through the military after that, not knowing what I was gonna do. And ACN was the easiest part of my life. ACN is what kept me going whenever things was falling apart. You know, I quit for like 15 seconds. I told Mr. Stein I quit, and then he texted me back, so I'll see you Saturday. So I saw him Saturday. And then I realized the family was bigger than, you know, just the people I made money with. You know, I have Bernard Lyons, who has nothing to do with me financially, and made sure I was okay when other things in my life was falling apart. It didn't even have to be about business. But he knew that if my life wasn't okay, I couldn't do this business. I couldn't get to this position. I couldn't help other people. And, you know, listen, this is my family here now. You know, even my teammates that don't like me today, will like me next week. But I went from wanting to be rich just to be rich. And they told me that wouldn't be a good why. Of course, I was gonna prove them wrong. But what I realized is that I just really enjoy helping people now. And you know, that's what this TC is about. Team coordinator is not about what I do. It's about what we do together. So thank you to my team. Thank you to my mentors.